Hi, thank you so much for joining. And if you're brand new, welcome to Megshan Yoga. Today we're going to be going through a spinal movement flow. So specifically, we're going to be looking at 5 ways that the spine is positioned or moves. And usually we do this without even thinking about it in our day-to-day life. The idea behind this flow is that if we become more aware of how our spine can move, we can start to correct our posture, we can start to notice and sort of connect with when we've got lower back pain, how we can move and alleviate that, and just how we can sort of stand better and better connect and understand how our body moves in general. That will hopefully help you throughout life. That being said, everybody is completely different, really is. So if something needs to be adapted or modified for you, then please feel free, grab some blocks if you need them, and just take it at your own pace. Take what you can from it, take what you need from it, as always. Let's just get started then. Let's start in child's pose. So we will need a block or a book to sit on. But for now, just pop that to the side and start to ground the bum to the heels. If you can, the forehead touches the mat. If you can't, again, use a book so that we can ground the forehead down and really start to enter the practice. Start to take notice of the points of contact you have with the mat. So the hands, the arms, top of the shins, top of the feet. Closing down the eyes if you feel safe. Forehead pressing gently on the mat. Start to notice the breath in the back line of the body. Inhaling, lifting the rib cage up and out. And exhale, notice how the body softens into the mat. Again, deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Notice the shape of your spine in this position, from the very top of your neck where it connects with the head, all the way down through to the tailbone. This is actually what we call the primary curve. This shape resembles that shape that we have before we're born. So as the spine is forming when we're chilling out in the womb, this is a very similar shape. So we might feel quite grounded and calm here. And actually, if we were to walk through life on all fours, the shape of our spine may stay more similar to this than what it is now. Let's start to inhale to tabletop. Locate your block or book and just pop your bum on it. So come into a comfortable seated position. For me, that's legs crossed in front of me, but for you, that may look different. Bring one hand to the back of your neck and bring one hand to the lumbar spine, so the lower back. And immediately you might notice these are a different shape to how we were in child's pose. And these are our secondary curves. So as we start to need to lift our head as babies, we form this sort of, I call it a reverted C curve. And the lumbar spine, the lower back, is a similar shape as we start to stand on our feet. So as toddlers, when we're trying to start to stand on our feet, our spine actually starts to change in shape so that we can walk through life on 2 feet rather than on 4. So just knowing that our spine is shaped in a sort of reverted C, and then another reverted C already brings us a bit more knowledge as to how it should look and feel. That being said, of course, everyone is different. So let's remove our hands, bring them onto our knees, and just start to connect with breath. So you can close down your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Notice the spine. What happens when you inhale? And what happens when you exhale? You may notice on the inhale, you start to extend the spine. So pulling the spine up. And then as you exhale, it comes into a similar shape to that C curve we started in child's pose. Breath naturally wants to create that shape. Start to exaggerate. Inhale, bring the chest through, lift the gaze if you can. Coming into extension. Exhale, start to round, tuck the tailbone. Gaze down at the belly. One more time. Inhale, pull the chest through, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, belly button to spine, heart to spine, gazing at the belly button. Good, that's the first two sort of movements. Come to neutral. Let's go ahead and bring our hands up to the sky. You can place them together if you can, lifting the index finger, or you can have them apart if you're a little bit tight. Inhale, lift, and then exhale over to your left side. Try and keep the hips as they are, and just move the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right side. And back to center. One more time like this. Inhale here. Exhale to the left side, coming into a lateral flexion. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the right side. Again, that sort of lateral flexion, C-curve towards the right, coming back to center. Good. Gently separate the hands. Exhale, rotate to the left. You can place the hands gently on that left knee, coming into a nice axial rotation. Inhale, lift. Exhale, other side. Use that spine to turn you. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, other side. Good. Let's put that together. So bring the hands just to the knees. Inhale, extension. Bring the chest through. Gaze up. Exhale, C-curve. Flexion. Tucking the chin. Inhale, neutral spine. Lift the hands. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, we twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, we twist the other way. Good. Come back to neutral. So we've covered 4 of the 5 positions. The 5th one is called the axial extension. And that one's when you sort of neutralize the spine. So the upper and the lower back, the reverted C, kind of come into a line. And then the middle of the back also starts to lengthen. So this is what people would call the unnatural position. So start to lift the spine, grounding the hip bones. And start to feel as if your spine is lengthening. You may find you have to engage more muscles around the body. And the breath may start to sort of adapt. I find Ujjayi breath kind of helps me to reach axial extension. And then relax to neutral. So we've covered the bases of the spine. Let's start to bring that into practice, and we're going to start flowing from here on out. So we'll do a lot more movement now. Come to tabletop. Again, we're going to inhale, come through extension, so your cow pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, come into flexion. Belly button to spine, heart to spine, gazing between the legs. Find neutral, tabletop. Inhale. C-curve to the right, so the right shoulder and the right hip come closer together. Inhale, center, the other side. Exhale, C-curve to the left. Good. Come to center. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, left hand between the right limbs. Release that left shoulder, coming into a gentle twist. Inhale, find your neutral. Lift the right hand. Exhale, find thread the needle on the other side. And come back to center. Ground the toes, tuck the toes under, lift the bum to the sky, come into your downward facing dog. And really push those hands nice and strong. And if you can, sort of try and bring that axial extension into this pose. So we're really trying to create nice length in the spine. We're not trying to sort of, if you're hypermobile like me, don't dip the chest too low. Try and really find nice length in the spine for today's flow. And then again, connect to the breath. Slowly start to walk the feet to the hands. Bend the knees, allow the belly and the thigh to connect, let go of the neck. So again, we're in flexion here. Our spine is nice and rounded. And maybe we want to sway from side to side and allow more space in that lower back. And then slowly roll up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Really connect to each vertebrae as it stacks on top of the other. As we find length, shoulders lift up and back and come to the top of the mat. Feet can be together or hip width apart, whichever works for you. So let's inhale, lift the hands. Keep a nice long spine. We're going to exhale, lateral flexion to the right. So C curve to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, C curve to the left. Inhale, center, mini back bend, extension of the spine. Exhale, start to soften the knees and bend, allowing flexion in the spine, let go of the neck. Inhale, your half look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower the body down, drop the knees if you need to. Inhale, cobra, roll the shoulders back and up. Again, coming into extension of the spine, using the back muscles to actively lift the chest, squeeze the bum gently. Exhale, release the forehead down. Inhale, come to tabletop or push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up and right foot plants by right thumb. Drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. Inhale, lift the hands up. Come into a mini back bend again, extension of the spine. Exhale, start to round the spine, coming into flexion, hands come out in front. Good. Inhale, lift. Hands can come together if possible. Exhale, C curve to the right. Inhale, lift. This time, left hand forward, right hand back. We're twisting to the right side, coming into that nice rotation. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, flow through your vinyasa. So lowering the body down, untucking the toes. Inhaling to cobra. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Left foot rises, plant the left foot by left thumb, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, lift the hands up. Again, come into a mini back bend, extension of the spine. Exhale, start to round the spine, tucking the tailbone, bring the hands out in front. Inhale, lift, hands come together if possible. Exhale, C curve to the left. Squeeze the bum, keep the hips nice and level. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right hand in front, left hand behind. Again, squeeze the bum, make sure those hips stay nice and even. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower the body down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, press the pelvis down. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to move through it one more time. So we inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, right foot by right thumb, drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. Inhale, we lift, mini back bend. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, start to find flexion in the spine. Inhale, lift. Hands come together. Exhale, C curve to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand in front, right hand behind. Squeeze the legs together. Find the twist. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. All the way down or halfway down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders pull back. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Left foot rises, inhale. Exhale, left foot by left thumb, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, lift. Again, back bend, allow that extension in the spine. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, find the C curve. Inhale, lift, hands come together. Exhale, C curve to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right hand in front, left hand behind. Squeeze the legs together, find the twist in the upper back. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back, find your vinyasa, the level that suits you today. Remember the breath, we lift. Exhale, the bum comes to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take 3 nice deep breaths here. Inhale. Nice long exhale. Again, find the length in the spine. One more breath here. Inhale, tippy toes, bend the knees. Step to the top of the mat, find your half look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, lift the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to level up. Inhale, lift the hands up. Again, C curve to the right. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Soften the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your half look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips to the sky, down dog. Right leg in the air, inhale. Exhale, right foot by right thumb. Keep the left knee off the ground. We inhale to high lunge. Mini back bend to complete your inhale. Exhale, start to tuck the tailbone, coming into that flexion. Same as we did with the knee on the ground. Inhale, lift, clasp the hands together. Exhale, C curve to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Twist, left hand in front, right hand behind. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, vinyasa. Remember, you can skip the vinyasa and meet us in downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left foot in the air. Exhale, left foot by left thumb. Right knee stays lifted. Inhale. Nice strong feet. Mini back bend to complete the inhale. Exhale, start to tuck the tailbone, rounding the spine. Inhale, bring it back to neutral. Exhale, C curve to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right hand in front, left hand behind, twisting to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back. Remember, stepping back to downward facing dog is always an option. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Nice big exhale. Slowing everything down. For the final breath, really connect to the spine. Nice length from the top of our head all the way through to the tailbone. We're going to move through that one more time. So right leg in the air, inhale. Exhale, plant the right foot by right thumb. Inhale, lift. Remember, you can drop that left knee if that suited you better. Mini back bend to complete the inhale. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, find the C curve. Inhale, lift. Hands can come together. Exhale, C curve to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist, left hand in front, right hand behind. Squeeze the legs together. Find the twist in the upper back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, vinyasa. Remember, coming halfway for chaturanga, elbows stay in. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, hips to the sky. Left leg in the air, inhale. Exhale, find left foot by left thumb. Inhale, high lunge. Mini back bend to complete. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, find your C curve. Inhale, lift to center. Exhale, C curve to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Squeeze those legs together. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, vinyasa. Flushing out the body with our vinyasas. Or skipping and meeting in downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths here. Remember, child's pose, dropping the knees to the ground and the hips to the heels is always an option. Honor what your body needs today. Make sure we're slowing down that breath and connecting to the spine. If you came into child's pose, try and meet as in downward facing dog. Inhale, tippy toes, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat, find your half look up. Exhale, fold into your legs. 5 deep breaths here. If we need more, we can slide the hands under so that our toes tickle our wrists. So the palms are facing the soles of the feet. We inhale to a nice flat back, lengthen the spine. And then we exhale, elbows come to the outside of the mat as we fold and try and bring the legs between the ankles. Allow the neck to be long, reaching down towards the mat, allowing gravity to lengthen out the spine. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly release. Roll up the spine. Take your time. Remember, imagine stacking a brand new spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Allowing that process to happen. Roll the shoulders back. Beautiful. We're going to move through something very similar, but this time standing and balancing. So it might be a little bit more difficult, but you can just give it a go. So let's bring all of our weight into the left foot. And we're going to lift our right knee to about hip length. So we kind of want to try and keep the hips as level as our body allows and wants. So we don't need to bring it up too high. Bring the hands to the knee if you can. You can always use a strap here too. Make sure you flex that right foot. We're going to inhale, come into a mini back bend. Good. Exhale, come into that C curve. Inhale, lift the hands. Use that core to keep the leg as it is. We're going to come to a C curve to the right. Much harder on one leg. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Bring the left hand to the right knee. Right hand behind. Now we haven't warmed up the legs properly, but if it's in your practice, you can grab the right foot and extend it out. Whatever option is going to suit you, but we're focusing on the twist of the spine. Gaze behind if you can, or if your focus is really, really off, you can gaze in front. But for that full, nice rotation, we're gazing behind. 1 more breath here. And release. Take a moment to ground the right foot down. As we bring the left knee into the chest, about hip height. And again, ground that right foot into the mat. Big toe grounding in, the heel grounding in. We're going to inhale, extend the spine. Mini back bend. And exhale, C curve, coming into flexion. Inhale, find neutral, lift the hands. Exhale, C curve to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, we twist again. So just bring the hand onto the knee is perfect. We're still allowing that twist to happen. Otherwise, if it's in our practice, we grab the foot and we gaze behind if possible. With your left hand, just bring it to the base of your spine and notice how the base of the spine isn't really twisting, hopefully. So our lumbar spine, the lower back, doesn't have much rotation in it. So this is why in practice, teachers often say, twist from your upper back, because that actually has the most mobility in it. Bring that hand back out for 1 more breath. And then slowly release. Come back to center. Bring the hands to heart center. Just give yourself a breath here. Nice big breath out. We're going to do that 1 more time. So ground all your energy into that left foot. Nice strong energy. Lift the right knee just to hip height. Bring the hands to the knee. We inhale, extend, lift, mini back bend. Exhale, C curve. Bring the belly button into the spine. Inhale, neutral, lift the hands. Exhale, C curve to the right. Inhale, back to center, nice and strong. Exhale, find your variation for today. And again, if you just want to check your lower back, ideally we're not really getting our hips involved here, so try and have this nice and flat, and then see that the rotation comes from your middle upper back, your neck being the biggest rotator, but not forgetting about that middle upper back. One more breath, and release. Bring your energy into the right foot, left knee lifts, inhale. Come into that mini back bend. Exhale, come into that C curve, find the balance. Come to neutral, ground the foot, inhale, lift the hands. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, lift. And again, we find that rotation variation that suits us today. 3 breaths here, connecting to that spinal twist. 1 more breath. And gently untwist, bring the foot down. Well done. Let's just forward fold. Feet are nice and wide, about hip width or further. And just allow the body to sort of fully calibrate that movement that we've done. We've done a lot of movement that requires core work and concentration. So whatever you're able to do today, just congratulate yourself in this moment. Specific and conscious movement isn't necessarily easy, but it's definitely worth it. Start to bring the hands to the ground, just step back into tabletop and find that child's pose that we started the practice in. Grounding the forehead to the mat. And see if you notice anything different from the start of practice. That may be a physical change. So maybe our spine feels nice and long. Maybe our body feels very active and engaged with all that core work. And then maybe you notice an energy shift, more focus, more relaxation, more strength. And finally, just notice what's going on in the mind, whether it feels clearer, more present. And just congratulate yourself again for flowing through that. We didn't do any extreme poses, but those specific movements can be quite tough to stay balanced in, so well done. If you have time to come into Shavasana or a meditation for 5 minutes, I invite you to do so. But otherwise, thanks so much for joining and flowing with me today, and I hope to see you very soon for another practice.